We have a very special guest in studio today. He is a friend of ours here from Adventure Unknown. We have Nick Metz with Top Card Payment Solutions. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, sir.
What's up, boys?
Happy to have you on.
No, I'm happy to be here, guys.
Yeah, I know. It's about damn time to get you in here.
I know, that's what I've been saying.
You've been avoiding us like the plague, and we finally dragged you in
That's
here.
right. I know.
Caught him on a night when we were drinking and smoking cigars.
I was
and
very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Really cornered him.
didn't really give him a chance. I said, all right, I sent you an invite. You're on.
He did. Yeah. He did. He said, here you go. And it popped right in my inbox. So, but anyway, yeah, happy to be here, guys.
Yeah,
Glad to
man.
have you.
Well, Nick, for the people out there that don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
I always when somebody asks me,
you?
Who the fuck are you? Man, I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude. Like, that's all I strive to be, is just another guy out there. No. Member at Adventure Unknown, father, payment processor, just a dude.
Just a dude.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how'd you get into the payment processing? Because you're also a real estate agent, so
Yes.
I connect on that a lot. But how did you get into the whole payment processing stuff?
That was it just kind of landed in my lap, really. It was right time, right place. I was in my 12th year of real estate when I got
Damn,
proposed.
you were doing it that long, huh?
Oh, 2013. I got my license. I got my license in college.
Okay.
Yeah. And somebody funny enough, they came to my wife. It's a friend of ours who was leaving a big company to start his own, came to my wife and was like, hey, she wasn't working. I have this opportunity for you in payment processing. Would you want to do it? And so I was kind of on that call listening, and he's kind of going over what it is. And I was like, move over. She can't do that. She can't do any of this. I'll do it. This seems like the right time in my career. Let me build a real estate team to handle all the transactions for me, my day-to-day stuff. Let me tackle this payment processing solution for you. And it's just kind of taken off since I started.
How long ago was that?
3 years ago.
Okay. That's awesome.
Cool. So what exactly, what do you guys do? I mean, obviously process payments for credit cards and debit cards, stuff like that. But what separate, or what?
I don't really know much about it, other than, I use my
Nobody
card.
does.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know shit about it. So that's why I'm.
So we provide a point of sale system for businesses. So
Okay.
we give you the way to take a payment, right? So
Okay.
if you guys, owned your own t-shirt shop, people are coming in with plastic, with card, credit, and debit. And they're like, how do I give you this to take my money?
Yeah, we might be coming to you because we're going to be looking into merchandise and stuff like that. So
Yeah. So that's what we do.
Okay.
So I provide you a way to pay, or for people to pay you for your products, right?
Gotcha.
Now, what else we do is, because we're full service, we will help lower your fees as well. So what people don't really understand is that credit cards come with an interchange rate. Some are high, some are low. But what I really kind of found out about this industry is that there's some crooks in it. I mean, there's people who will definitely take advantage of business owners because they think that that's kind of the only way. Like, this is the cost of doing business, right? I've got to absorb these high fees in order to take payment, and that just is what it is. Well, that's not. And that's kind of what I do, is I relieve those people of paying these high fees while still giving them really good customer service, and just making it easier for them to take payments.
Now, do you guys have your own system, or are you selling like Square or any of those type things?
So we're our own payment processing system. We don't even really have a product. We partner with some of the best tech companies, software companies in the country. So we don't just sell Clover, or we don't just sell Toast, or these are some of the big ones that you guys have heard. Yeah. We've got tons and tons of partners, because for you guys at a t-shirt shop, that's not who a plumber's going to use, right? So we have tons of different products that we can offer.
That's awesome to cater to the industry that you're working in.
For sure.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So, and then let's, I know that you dabbled in, or you did real estate I shouldn't say dabble, but you built a successful team in real estate while you were in college. What was that like?
So, second generation real estate agent here, right? My mom was an agent for a long time, became the broker of our office. I didn't actually intend to get into real estate. I saw the hard work in time that it takes. That's a misconception, right? In
Yeah.
real estate is like, oh, you make your own schedule. That's not true.
No.
If you're successful,
Yeah.
you don't get to make your own schedule. You are constantly going. So I saw that, and I was going more like the teacher route. I wanted to be a teacher.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted to be a history teacher and go back to Rockwood Summit where I graduated, be a coach. And just like, that was my life. Right. But one summer, my mom said, just try it. Just go get your license and try it. And I sold my first home when I was in college. There's a buddy who just graduated college. He was looking for a place to live. I was like, fuck, I'll do it. I don't know how to do it, but I'll do it. Right?
Go open the doors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I got a paycheck and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
This is cool.
This is pretty sick. Yeah. And so I balled out for a couple months.
Yeah, for sure.
on a probably $1,200 paycheck. I mean, it was
Like, man,
it was light, but
what did you have a job through college or anything to kind of like compare that to or anything, or like in
not
high
really.
school,
I mean,
college?
I cut grass with my dad, who he had a big landscaping company that he sold years and years ago, but he kept some good accounts. So like on the weekends, I'd come home and cut some grass and be totally fine for a college kid at Southeast Missouri State. You pay $5 for all you can drink, pretty much.
Exactly.
You know the bartenders, so
For sure. Yeah, I mean, that was a huge eye-opening experience for me when I got into real estate. I was waiting tables at the time, breakfast restaurant, two top, two people at a table, you make $5-6, and hey, that's pretty good. And then when I got into real estate and what happened to me is, I was waiting tables when COVID hit, and then I got my license a little bit before this, but like I'd never sold anything. And then while COVID was, had everything shut down, I ended up selling a couple houses, and I was like, holy shit. How many tables did I have to wait to make this kind of money?
Yeah.
And and then when the restaurants opened back up again, I ended up going back for like 2 weeks, and, I kept getting yelled at because I was on my phone all the time. And I'm like, man, like I can go, serve these omelets and make $5, or I've got a $200,000 house I'm trying to sell here that I can make $5,000. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's pretty eye-opening.
So you got success pretty quick then.
Yeah, I got my license in September of 19, and I sold my first house in May of 20. So it was.
I mean, that's good.
But then I ended up selling 30.
Took off in fucking 2020.
Yeah, I sold 32 that first year, 32 units.
That's exceptional.
Thank you.
That really is like very, very good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that. Like, I mean,
first year,
no, it's even age like a seasoned agents. Like.
I mean, that's a career. Like you're in your first year, I
tripled my income in my first year.
Yeah, you were like, this is career for you.
Yeah, for sure. Right away. I was like, because I went back and, at the time, man, when I was waiting tables, we were living, pretty much paycheck to paycheck. We had little to no savings. I closed this handful of deals, and, I went to my wife and I was like, hey, like we've got like 3-4 months worth of bills saved up here. Like, we'll be good for 3 or 4 months. And that's if I don't sell any more houses. But I've got some momentum going right now. I got some, people I'm showing houses to, or a listing coming on, or whatever it was. And I was like, I think if I keep doing this, like, I'm going to continue to build this. So like, that's when I eventually stepped away from the restaurant. Just been full-time in real estate ever since. And that was July of 20. So, July of 20. Yeah.
And that's a tough time to like get your license too.
Right. It was weird, like
worst pandemic
I've
in
never
world history.
And I didn't know anything different,
Yeah.
And I was like holding all these open houses. Everybody's walking around with masks and gloves and like people spraying their groceries down with fucking Lysol and shit. What the fuck? It was such a weird time. People are like, it's so weird because you'd have people come through open houses that are like, you could tell were like very scared for what, and then you'd other people walk in and like act like nothing was wrong, like nothing was different. And it was just so, you just really got to see all kind of walks of life and like how everybody was reacting to the whole situation.
Yeah. I think in real estate as a whole, you just get to see just every spectrum there is of wealth within there. I mean, you don't get to really, you can, on the real estate side, you can pick and choose who you're working with, but most of the time you're going to take whoever's coming to you.
For sure. Like right now, for example, I've got a client that they're buying that you're helping them out. They're buying like a $700,000 house. Sick. And then I've also got people I'm showing 150s to right now. Yeah. Like I take everybody. Like I help anybody I can. I don't say no to business, unless it's something that's really going to be definitely the juice isn't worth the squeeze, but I try to help everybody that I can.
I think I've never fired a client. I've come close, he made a racist comment, and I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like you say that, like I can just cancel this loan right now if you want to keep talking like that. We're not doing that shit.
Yeah. It's shocking what people will tell you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like in real estate, like how they feel about certain people and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
they look at the neighbors.
damn, dude, money's green, man. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it's
Who cares
just
who's buying your house?
Who fucking cares?
Yeah, I've dealt with a little bit of that.
Yep.
It's
Nope, that was the closest I ever came to firing him. I just told him, I go, listen, you keep talking like that, I'll just cancel your loan right now. Me and this guy had multiple cussing each other out moments throughout the process, even afterwards. Yeah, you call him like, why is my payment going up? Well, you're looking at your taxes and insurance. Yeah, from what it looks like your insurance is doubled. Have you filed any claims? Well, I got a car accident. I'm like, that might do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
You know, you filed a claim against some windy. That'll do it. That'll.
But Pat is raising his.
Yeah,
mortgage. Like it's Pat that's doing it.
That's fine. That's all me.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you're actually just that money's going right into your bank
It's
account.
right to me.
Right to you.
That's right straight to me.
You're keeping the whole thing.
That's the funny thing too, is like people be like, geez, you're just gonna every month you're gonna make money on my pay. I'm like, I wish that's how that worked.
Yeah.
I would have just stopped trying to get new clients a long time ago and just started
sat back and collect.
Yeah, just collected. But
yeah,
unfortunately, no, that's not how this thing works.
I will say that's with payment processing. That's nice because you build a book of business. It's residual income.
Yeah,
you know, and
that
like
is nice.
You're not looking for the next one.
Yeah, because that's probably why you sort of not transition completely out of real estate, but like pursued something else. Because I always say we're on a transaction treadmill. We're only making money when we're on that treadmill, as long as we're closing deals. Unless you kind of get to a point where you're in like that referral status, and you've built a big enough business that people are still like calling you, and you can refer them to someone else, or you've built the team. But for the most part, unless you're closing deals every month, you're not making any money. That's the only way you're making money.
Yeah, it's sink or swim, man.
Yeah,
that's kind of all I've known in jobs is like either you make the money or you don't. So like that's why I think this transition to payments was possible, because I knew what I was getting into right away. I mean, this is a very sink or swim business. You either make money or you don't.
Yeah.
So coming from real estate.
Yeah. It's got to be kind of, similar mindset. Cause now what was it like trying to get those first clients or those first customers with the payment processing? Like, who are you going after?
Or were you given a book of business already?
Fuck no. I wasn't doing that. No, I wasn't. And I am grateful for it because I made my own way. I made my own systems. I made my own way of doing things. I just jumped into it. Like I was like, I don't know anything about this. I'm going to learn what it is to be dangerous enough to talk to people. And then, but I mean, it's just like, again, in real estate, like you're selling yourself. Like people, we have great systems. We really do. But like they're more interested in me and what I can do for them and how I can be.
Right. Well, you're going to be there. Something goes wrong. You're there. You're the person. Exactly. You're the person that are calling. Like, Nick, I got the problem here. Yeah. Help me.
Yeah. So kind of going back to that, like I just learning how underserved business owners are in this industry. I was like, why are people not giving these people customer service? Like, so one of the things that I talk about all the time is like, I'm a partner in your business because I'm a part of your business. And that shakes it up for people because they're like, well, we don't even know our payment processor. Blows my fucking mind. Why not?
Yeah.
This is a huge part of your business. Why do you not know who is handling your rates and who's keeping equipment from you? Your shit's 10 years old. Like that's not great for you or your business.
And they don't even have the tap.
Shocking, right? Yeah. Business owners are like, what's Apple Pay? What's Apple Pay? What do you mean? Like, you're fucking people are wanting to pay this way, and you can't take it. Like that right there shows me that you've been left behind.
If you don't know what Apple Pay is,
by your payment processor.
Yeah, they just don't care.
And now, how like deep do you go into someone's operations?
Pretty deep. Depends on really the type of business. I mean, there's definitely things like I just came from a meeting, and it was pretty much like, we're going to set you up like this, and they're like, yes, that's all I need. It was a very simple operation, right? It's just kind of business dependent on what it is, who it is. I mean, we don't really need to get into a ton of like the finance part of it. We're just like, what's the best way that I could provide you a way to take payments, right? To make it easy, affordable, and efficient. That's kind of what I do.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
Well, you mentioned being just a good dude. What does that mean to you?
I think it's just when people think of you or talk about you to people when you're not there, just leaving a lasting impression with them, that when somebody's like, oh yeah, hey, how are you? And you have like mutual acquaintances and like, hey, Nick Metz? He's a good dude. That's it. Like that's all I strive for, is just, and just all it is being a genuine person and kind to people.
Yeah.
But that's all, like, that's my bar right there. Is just be a good dude.
Yeah.
Well, I've known you for almost a year now, and I think you definitely hit that bar. Buddy.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I've never
I worked so fucking hard on that, dude.
I just want to be a good dude.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, Pat was telling me that you in high school you hit like you got some like national awards for your broadcasting channel.
Yes, I did. Yeah, yes, I did. I think that we had a broadcasting class.
Okay.
I'm not sure many high schools do.
We had one. It was like a little news channel kind of thing.
Yeah. I did
Wasn't
sports
winning any
talk
awards though.
Yeah, sports talk, the summit. And that was awesome, man. Like I would just go and interview people in the hall.
Like
I'd pull them out of class. Yeah. It was, like for sure, it was like that. We had a show every single week, and we go over all the sports that happen.
Like
in
for the high
spring.
school.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, spring, fall, winter. If podcasting, like if I knew about podcasting back then, I would have done something after school, like just like this.
Kept the momentum going.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not too late to start.
Yeah, dude.
It's not. No, you're right. It's never too late.
Never too late to start.
No.
Yeah, it's fun.
Just jump in like you've done with everything else. That's what we did.
That's what we did with
Good
this,
fucking
dude.
point.
We literally had a meeting on what?
No, it started with a text on a Saturday and me responding within 30 seconds saying, fuck yeah, to us starting to order all the equipment that weekend, to sitting down on a Monday with Murph, to recording that Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So
like a
4 or 5 days, 4 or 5. Yeah.
We're like, all right, I guess we're doing this thing. Yeah.
Not a fucking clue. But I mean, we sat down with Murph and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to, he's like, well, what do you guys want this show to be about? And we're just like,
what do you want to call it? How about the Zach and Pat show?
Yeah. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Super creative.
Well, my name's Zach and his name's Pat.
Well, I forget some of the other.
Yeah, I don't even remember, dude. We were trying, because I was like, I don't want to sound. We didn't want to pigeonhole ourselves into like the real estate realm. I was like,
sure.
Obviously, real estate's going to come up. It's what we do for a living. Like, it's going to come up. We're going to have real estate people on. It's going to happen. But like, I think of how many other like cool conversations we've had. And it's like, dude, real estate is, yes, it's entertaining to me because it's what I do and I'm affected by it. But like a lot of people, like I don't really listen to real estate podcasts. I used to listen to them a little bit, but like it's just kind of boring, Like I feel like people go to podcasts to be entertained more than educated. I mean, a little bit of both, but I know I go to podcasts primarily to be entertained, and real estate isn't always the most entertaining.
Yeah. And you guys do a good job of
Thanks.
that, of keeping everything business, but like this is we're just talking, man.
Yeah.
Like we're friends talking,
having a conversation and trying to get some tidbits out there. I mean, we do like to have some educational moments in there because, I mean, for me, like when I think of the demographic that I want to reach with this is people coming out of college and entering the workforce right then and there, and knowing like there's different avenues, like you don't have to know right away. You don't have to come out with your life figured out. You're not. I mean, shit, I'm 37 years old. I had to start over. Going on 4 years ago. It'll be, over 2022, I had to fucking completely start over after everything that I had built with my, getting married and all that with the divorce. And then, I mean, that 2022 was a really dark time for me. And
is that when you got into mortgage?
No, I got into mortgages right out of baseball. I mean,
so for a while.
I mean, even actually yesterday or the 26th was my 11th year in this started year 11 for me in this business. I started that off season. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to keep playing. And so my mom was like, cause she was in this, she retired in 2017 after 47 years in the business. And so she was phasing out when I got in. She was doing more like admin back end stuff for us versus selling. And so she's like, why don't you just come in and just to make a paycheck, just so I can make some money. You don't get paid in the off season, a baseball player. And so, I needed a job, and she's like, no, just come in and work in the back end. You can do some, opening of files and shit like that. Pretty easy, basic stuff. You don't need any licenses or anything like that to do it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I came in, and then, my mom being my mom was like, you're here. Why not, studying, take the class and at least maybe get your license. My mom, this is the same shit you pulled with me when you told me to get my real estate license. Like, that worked out.
You got your real estate license? How did I not know this?
So in 2012, that off season, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do in terms of get a job. And my mom was like, why don't you get your real estate license? And I was like, and at the time being dumb, and I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be easy. Let's just it's easy.
You just got to go show some houses.
Right,
go open some doors and give you big fat checks.
Yeah, mindless.
Because at this time, I hated the off season. Like, everybody was so excited to get home in the off season. I fucking hated it because I wasn't a bonus baby. I didn't have a ton of money in the bank. I had to, every year I went into spring training, I had to earn a spot. So when I went into spring training, I had to be mid-season form in February. So, they're like, oh, you get done with the season. Like, oh, just take off until November 1st. They're like, we don't even want you picking up a weight or picking up a baseball until November 1st. I'm like, fuck that. Like, I don't have that time. So I would train every single day, whether it was, working out, throwing, yoga, whatever. But then I was giving pitching lessons, coaching, working at Steinberg Ice Rink. I mean, I was working part-time at Steinberg, still putting in 40 hours a week at Steinberg. I was there almost every fucking day. On top of that, doing 4 or 5 hours of lessons, 3 times a week, plus throwing the fact that I got to train and throw and all that. Like, I was up at 6 a.m. and out the door by 6:30, and I wouldn't get home until midnight. Pretty much every day. I fucking hated the off season.
So you for sure had time to do real estate.
Right. Exactly. Well, so that was the thinking. My mom was
easy.
oh, you get your real estate license. You don't have to do that other stuff. You can sell a couple houses in the off season and you're going to make more than enough money for whatever. But, me not knowing anything about it, I'm like, now looking back, I'm like, man, what the fuck were you thinking? Nobody buys homes in the fucking winter. Like, what, like, really? Like, and I'm doing it part-time. So how the fuck am I going to build a business while I'm playing? That was all after I failed the test.
There it is.
Yeah. There it is.
So here's what happened. So I was like, oh, that's not a bad idea. So I started taking the class in November, and I started it, and I was so busy with other stuff. It took me until I left for spring training. I had a couple hours left to finish, and I just knocked it all out and finished the class. Well, then you have 6 months to take the test. Well, this was in February. I leave for spring training. I completely forget about it. And then I get an email notice like, hey, if you don't take the class by this date, you have to retake the class.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I don't want to do that shit again. That sucked. So
did you do it online? Or
I was in Bakersfield, California, and I had to find a testing center in Bakersfield, California that would give me the national and Missouri exam. And I passed the Missouri and failed the national, or I failed.
Versa, I bet.
Yeah,
most people fail the.
I failed by 1 point. What is it? You have to have a 70.
Yeah,
I think I got a 69. Yeah. And I was like, 69.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
Yeah,
he's so fucking wicked smart. He's like, I know exactly which one I'm going to miss to get 69.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
It's gonna be a good story to tell.
Yeah. So no, I took the class, passed the class, and failed the test. So I was like, and then got to thinking, I'm like, well, I'm home for 5 months. How the fuck am I gonna build clientele? Who's gonna nobody's gonna trust me. I don't fucking do this full time. And so I said, fuck it, and didn't try to get it again. So then the same shit happened in 2014 because I didn't know if I wanted to keep playing at that point. I thought I was so burnt out on it, and I was taking steps backwards in baseball. And so I started doing that, and she's like, "Oh, just take the class. Let's just see it and see if you can pass your exam." So this being more math based, everything like that, and having had gone through the real estate, that's very the real estate and the mortgage is pretty similar. in terms of like what you learn doesn't teach you shit for what you need to know. It's all legal bullshit, right? You know, and so same shit for mortgage, just a little bit different. And so went in, took the test, passed the test. But then my license, because everybody at the time was renewing, I didn't even have my license until I had already left for spring training. And so I went to spring training and was there and just didn't give a fuck anymore and didn't care about it. And I had a couple clients that I was working with in terms of like refinances and things like that getting started in 15. So like it was April of 15 that I quit baseball and jumped into this full time. But it was nice. I mean, one, I was fucking a broke professional baseball player. The most I ever made playing baseball was when I was in AAA. I got a prorated $21.60 a month for like 3 days when I was up in AAA.
$21.60 for a couple days.
Yeah, prorated over 3 days. Yeah, that was the most I made at a point playing baseball. So yeah, I mean, used to not having any money, used to being poor. So yeah, it was nice walking into this job and, you know, closing some deals right away, but also being surrounded by fucking killers. Like my mentor or two of my mentors, they're about three out of my office. Nick, who is my business partner, Randy and Stephanie. I mean, those three they do anywhere from 45 million to my business partner who does 60 million on his own. And it's just like, hey, they're like, how fast can you get to $1 million a month? How fast can you get to $1 million a month? And I was like 3-4 months in and I hit my first $1 million. And so from April, and I just averaged that from then on out, at least that. So, it was just one thing after another that just kind of led into that. And then here we are now, going on 11 years later. Fuck.
And here we are.
Here we are. Yeah.
But again, just fucking jumped in and said, we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
I've always had that mindset though. And I think you and I have had this conversation that, and I know it's going to sound cocky and all that, but I look at it more as just confidence in my work ethic and abilities that I knew no matter what I did, I was going to be good at.
Yeah. Cause I know we've had that conversation several times and you feel kind of like cocky or arrogant saying that, you know, but so since then I've thought about it, like how to rephrase it. And it's not that everything comes easy. It's that just a lot of things aren't hard.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's kind of a better way to phrase it.
Things are, I guess I should say a lot of things are simple.
Exactly. They're hard. They're as hard as you want to make it. And I mean, yeah, sure. To some people walking into back when I was starting, people still worked in the office. Mm-hmm. So going into a real estate office, real estate agents would be there. Not so much today, but yeah, I mean, I walk into an office and you got the gatekeeper right there in front. Who are you? I'm like, oh, I'm Pat with Guild Mortgage. Like, oh, you can't come in here. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to leave a bunch of stuff right here. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll just keep coming back and just make friends with whoever was up there. Well, finally, like what worked for me was homemade chocolate chip cookies. I make a fucking killer chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, that's one thing I would never have known. Like that makes good cookies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's been talking these cookies up. He's yet to
I honestly haven't made them in a really long time. I haven't had a need to.
He's talked about these cookies several times on the podcast.
But no, like I would make these cookies and I drop them off and I have my little like a sticker card on there, and next thing you know, I'm getting calls from agents about my cookies. Not about me being a loan officer, but like, hey, can I get some cookies for my open house? And I was like, sure. As long as I can come and be there and print off flyers and things like that, I'd be happy to come over and I will make the dough and then we will put them in the oven. I'll get there before the open house. We'll put them in the oven and get them cooking. They don't take long. So that way you've got fresh cookies and it smells like cookies. And now I'm in there. I'm there before the open house, making these cookies, talking with these agents, and it just kind of helped kind of develop those relationships from there, which then kind of sprungboard. Also, you know, it was nice, you know, again, having my mom, having been in the business, she knew everyone. And so I leveraged that. I was like, hey, Mom, hey, do you know anybody at this real estate office? she'd be like, yeah, sure. Actually, I need to go see this person. Let's go. So then she would go and talk to that person, and I would just mingle around and talk to everybody else. And that's just kind of how it got started, and just kind of took off from there. But yeah, cookies, homemade cookies, man. But those are things that, to some people, they're like, yeah, I wouldn't ever fucking do that. There's no way I could. Or even cold calling, like picking up the phone, like call people and like try and set appointments. Like this has been the hardest year for that. In terms of getting agents to set appointments.
And part of me, because I've been doing some more cold calling this year, a lot more than I have in the last 2 years. Especially the last like 2-3 months, I've been doing a lot of cold calling. And part of me thinks that I definitely am noticing that people are less receptive than they used to be years ago when I was doing it. But I think it's because, man, over the last few years, I know it's been for me, but I'm just getting so many more spam calls. So I feel like you just get kind of lumped in with that, obviously, because it probably is a spam. It seems spammy to most people, but because I've gotten at least 10 already today. It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
I've gotten at least 10, but really quickly if it's like like a call center pretty quickly. And I know that when I call, I hope it doesn't sound like I'm at a call center because you know real quick because you hear that little bloop, like right when you pick up the phone. That's the key that they're using some sort of online dialer and it's switching you over to their headset. And then that turns on. You can hear that there's like a shitload of people in that room, and you're like, okay, that this is some, VA call center in, the Philippines or something.
I'll be honest. I've gotten to the point now where I just screen all my calls with those auto texts.
Yeah.
Like if it's a number that I don't know, I'll just say, hey, this is Pat Doyle. Thanks for calling. Sorry. I'm in an appointment right now. When's a good time for me to reach you? And if they text me back with the time to reach them, odds are it's real. So
yeah, whenever I do that, you'll send it to that text and it'll say this number or whatever's.
And then
Yeah, and it sucks because our numbers are so public and so out there that it's just
anybody ever wanted to reach me, like I'm probably one of the easiest people out there to find. Like my phone number.
I make
is
it very easy to find me.
I want you to find me.
Yeah. Gino always gets annoyed because I'll pick up a lot of these phone calls. I'm like, hey, you never know, like who's calling.
Oh, fuck that. Leave me a message. I'm not even gonna.
Nobody leaves messages anymore. They'll hang up and text.
Like, if I lose one, I'll lose it. I'm not doing that. Sorry, everybody, if you've been calling me and I'm not picking up, but
you don't have their number, so they must not be that important.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah. So, how much real estate are you still doing today?
I'm kind of more like an advisory role to some people like that I pass business to. I will still do like friends, family, and like past clients, but I think I'm just a lot more selective on what I can do. And I try not to, like, it can't get in the way of payments, right? That's my role. As the payment business grows, I'm going to have to rely more and more and more on these guys that I brought on. But which is totally fine. Because I brought them on for a reason. They're an extension of me. So I feel really good about, I can give anybody, any agent at any time.
And how's that process been and finding quality people to come on and work for your team?
So, and I use that term team really loosely, right? Like these guys they have their own business, but they're more referral guys that I can comfortably give my business to. Cause like I said, a lot of them I actually brought on into the real estate world. Actually, all of them, every single one. Like I brought like 7 people into real estate.
Damn.
Yeah.
You should have been a Compass. Get that override on all those guys or whatever.
You still do. You get
DXP or
whatever that is. Yeah. We have like a referral program where you bring people on and you make a percentage as long as they're the company, you make a percentage. But as they got better, their splits got higher. So then that money kind of came down. But no, it really wasn't that tough. Like these are people I know outside of real estate. And so, matter of fact, a lot of my clients already know these people. So it's a really easy transition to give business to them.
It's awesome. That's something I've struggled with. Is like, and I definitely didn't put in as much effort as I should have, like trying to build a team. But I've just kind of kind of gave up on it recently and just
Do you
said,
want to? Like, is that the goal? Is you want to build?
man, like I thought it was for a while, but I don't really know if it is. Like, I think I just feel like it's, I don't like managing a lot of people is what I think I've realized. I spent 10 years in the restaurant industry managing a lot of people. And I don't know, man, I just feel like I'm so much happier when it's just like I'm worrying about me, my TC. I've got several agents that, that help me out if if I'm too busy or I'm out of town or something like that. Like I've got several people that can, you know, help my clients. I'm always pretty good about that. Whenever I go out of town, I usually have anywhere from like 2 to 5 people that can, swoop in and save the day if I have something going on. But, I don't know, man. I think I just kind of like it just being me, you know, maybe down the line I'll hire like an assistant or a buyer's agent or somebody like that, and well, one thing I have talked about is my dad. He's going to be retiring next year. He's been talking to me for years about getting his license and like,
that'll be fun for you
yeah,
guys.
yeah, for sure. He, no, my grandma, his dad, or my grandma, his mom, she was the reason I got into the industry. She's 84, I think now, and she's still licensed and, still does a couple deals a year.
Good for her.
And, like I've helped her and I've done a couple deals together, helped her out, but she was the one who talked me into getting my real estate license. And, he saw, my grandma and grandpa and, I always thought he'd be really, really good at this because he's been in sales his whole life. It's just, he's done medical sales and, he's talked about getting his license whenever he retires and kind of jumping in and helping me, which I think would be phenomenal because that's someone I can certainly trust and someone who I know is going to treat my clients like I will, just because everything I've just seen him in his sales roles his whole life. And, I think I've built a lot of my like customer service, like style from him. So I think he'd be great at it, but that might be something down the line, but as of right now, I'm just kind of just me.
That's good. I mean, building a team is tough because especially when it's like a team, right? Like it's your team because they'll hop on and you start training people and then they get the hang of it and they're like, well, fuck it. I'm going to go do my own thing where I have my own split and they break away from the team. So like, it's kind of a revolving door in the real estate team world because
wouldn't you be able to like set up like a contract though with those people? Be like, hey, listen, if I'm going to go through this time to train you and you're a top agent, you could set it like, hey, well, if I'm going to do this, I want a 3-4 year commitment before.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I really don't know how like real teams are established and what the proposition is there. But, I'm sure you have to have something. Well, fuck it. I don't know because you're an independent contractor in every sense of the word. So like, even though you're a team, you're still your own business, right? So
I don't know. I know that I feel like a lot of people would be reluctant to sign something where it locks them up for several years. At least I know I would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Or you're just that big of a team that you've got that many leads that you're constantly giving out to keep them not wanting to leave.
Yeah. Cause
that's the hardest part
for
you guys.
Ago, I kind of went and talked to, a big team here in town and, I was just kind of just wanted to see what it was all about. And, and then I kind of, cause I've only ever been, by a solo agent. And I was like, let me just go see what they offer. And like, they seem like they've got a good culture and they're selling a lot of fucking houses. And like, let me just go talk to them. And, just going to like 2 of their meetings and talking with the broker. And I was just like, man, I'm not ready to give you 50% of the money. Like, why would I do that? Like, even if it was someone like I brought in, it was like, got bumped up to like 60-40. And I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
no
That's
way.
Tough, man.
Yeah. That's a tough sell, especially, I'd been doing it for like 3-4 years at the time. And so I was like, okay, I've seen what I can do by myself. I think I need this.
Well, it's like those agents that are those Zillow preferred agents or whatever, where they're giving like half the commission that they make to Zillow. Like,
dude, I know. I talked to Ryan. He was doing a lot of those. I think he's kind of getting away from it, but yeah, they just eat up your commission. I mean, I think you got to give them like 40% off the top before your splits with your broker, which is like, boom.
I never did that. Did you ever do like the Zillow stuff?
No.
See, I never.
I did it, or well, I guess that's not true. I did it for like, I think I did like 2 or 3 months, and I was like, fuck. Because every single lead you got was dog shit. At least that was my experience.
Yeah. And even the ones, so our company had something like that. It was like a lead generating kind of thing. I got one and talked to the guy. And I knew soon after that, I don't want to do this ever again because it's so like, it's not organic. That's not an organic relationship that you're building. This is a online transaction. And I hated that.
I hated it too.
So yeah, I never got into it, and everybody's like, "Oh man, you're missing out. You're missing the boat." And now I think people are like, "Fuck that. I'm not doing that either." So
because it's like I think the thought is that, you know, when someone goes on Zillow and says, "I want to see this house," or whatever the button says,
it's a misclick.
Yeah, it's
They
whoever.
don't want to
can
fucking talk to you.
No.
Like they want more information on the house, not to be sold by somebody else. Like, let's go set up it. Oh, I thought I was just getting more information on the house.
Yeah. And then, like, you know, you're thinking as the agent, like, oh, I'm going to scoop them up as a client. And then, you know, if this isn't the right house, I'm going to go show them whatever they want to see. And then we can, you know, I can help them do that. But like, it just rarely works out that way.
But I think that's why you have the career you do, you know, and I was able to do this for such a long time is because fuck it. Fuck the people online who are doing that inorganic sort of lead generation stuff. Like, I want the people I know and I trust and that I can
friends and family of people that I know.
Yeah,
and trust.
it's a referral based. Yeah.
Well, that's
referral based system.
It's the same thing on the lending side. I mean, there's companies out there that, you know, that'll go out there and just produce leads for their loan officers. But at the end of the day, like, I've got a buddy that is a manager for one of these places. And I mean, he has to close 3 or 4 deals to make what I make on one. And, you know, it's just not, I wouldn't want to put in that much work to make that little money doing this. And plus at that point, you're just a transaction. You're just,
exactly.
it's not
too transactional.
Yeah. You're not building it.
I keep using the word inorganic, but it is very much transactional. Right. And then the odds of you hooking up with them later is probably
very slim.
Yeah, very slim.
Yeah, because the second they see another house on Zillow, guess what they're going to do? They're going to click that button, and chances are it's not going to be you that it goes to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
especially now because with the buyer's agency things.
Oh yeah, I don't even know how that works.
You got to sign like it's like a 10-day buyer's agency to see the house. So they go, you show them one freaking house, 10 days later, they're
a free agent again.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've never paid for Zillow. And I'm in the helping out another loan officer because he does. And he's like, I need help converting these. I'm like, well, you can send them to me and I've got no problem calling them or reaching out to them. But unless the agent is talking to them first and then the agent is telling them to call us, the odds of them wanting to talk to me is fucking slim. They don't want to talk. Let's be real. My shit's boring. Like, my side of this whole transaction is
not sexy.
It's not sexy.
No.
You know, I think it is. I think it's awesome, but
houses sell themselves.
Yeah, I'm weird.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
So
that's what I always say. Houses sell themselves. Like, we don't. Yes, I can't walk you into a shitty house and make you think it's great. Like, you're gonna think I'm a bad agent if I do that.
But at least, I mean, being on the real estate side, the agent side, you know, that has some allure to it, right? That is a little sexy. Like, you can't go to a wedding without people being like, I want to buy a house.
How's the market?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's a very sexy position where you just can get to fucking.
I get a lot.
How are rates?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. God damn it, Pat. Why aren't they lower? Yeah. Because it is your problem.
Yeah.
You're the one who's keeping them high, Pat.
That's me, you know?
It's all you.
Yeah. And I moved from a very sexy position to a not sexy position. You want to see people fucking just fucking glaze over, tell them that you do payments. It's your payment processor. Oh,
okay.
And conversation ends, but that's fine. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, let's talk about something else. Anything else. How about the weather?
Yeah. Well, have you ever had any like crazy instances where with the payment processing, like something like that a customer was doing, or like maybe even like a payment processor that they were using that was like super shady that like comes to mind?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, I shouldn't be, but I'm shocked when I get these processing statements from business owners. I mean, they're paying, the amount that they're paying is criminal.
Really?
It is.
Well, what would be a criminal amount? I don't know.
Yeah, anything over 4% is just, it's robbery.
Really?
And I mean, so I had,
So basically they're making 4% on all of their sales.
well, no, not directly. So because interchange has to be paid to the issuing bank, and like your credit card probably has like a 2% or 2.5% interchange rate. So that has to be paid, and then whatever's left goes to the processor.
So it could be like 2% or something.
Sure. Yeah.
So still making 2% on all sales.
Every single one. Yeah.
Jeez.
And
Unless it's cash, I guess, right?
yeah, it's only for
Card payments.
cards.
So let's be real. Who the fuck
Right.
uses cash?
Yeah.
Cashless society, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
I've got $80 in cash in my wallet, and I'm just like,
good for you.
what the fuck am I going to do with
Yeah,
this?
right.
yeah. Well,
How do I get it on onto this piece of plastic?
Is it in ones or is it like big bills?
Oh yeah, it's all ones.
Okay, I thought
all
so.
ones. Yeah.
I
Now
gotta
we know
it
where we're
look,
taking
make
that.
it look
Right.
thicker. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah. Girth.
Girth.
With like all the changes in AI and everything, is that something that can affect your business? Is that something like
I'm
it's
sure.
like being
I mean,
threatened by like
I probably not immediately, but I don't know many industries where AI isn't a threat.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll just adapt.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. I mean, it's here.
it's
and-
here. There's nothing
yeah.
we can do about
Yeah.
it. That's
Well,
what
so-
I've been saying.
And
It's
that's
like
the thing is we've been using on the mortgage side. We've been using AI for years in terms of like
underwriting. and stuff.
so there's it's called AUS. It's an automated underwriting system, and you have DU, which is desktop underwriter for Fannie, and then you've got loan it's called LP for Freddie, and that's how we determine on whether or not a loan can be done or not. We submit it through there, and they either come back like, oh, approved eligible, or if it says like refer eligible, it just means it's a manual underwrite, but it's still doable. But if it comes back saying refer ineligible, that's a deal that we're not going to be able to do.
Yeah.
And so it's just that's how we did. That's all AI submitting this through there and them reading the file and spitting it out thing. And now it's gotten to the point too where I know some loan officers and things like that are using it to calculate income and different things like that. Like, hey, I've got this scenario. The person's making this, and this. Can you calculate the income for Fannie Mae to accept it?
Yeah. And that's great. I think AI as a tool is
Awesome.
Fantastic.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know when the time comes that like AI literally takes over our positions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, like, I guess like, I just don't see it really taking over because it's not going to have that human element that you get going to see houses.
For sure. And even
AI
right
is not
away.
going to go
yeah.
walk through a house and see
Exactly.
foundation problems.
Exactly.
Like
yeah. And even let's just say today AI takes over and it can do everything that we can do. It's going to take a long time for people to trust that.
Yeah.
And they're going to want a human, like you said, a human element, a human interaction. It's, I guess, maybe kind of like comparing it to like a Tesla that can drive itself. I know it can. I'm fucking driving that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to let go of this wheel. Right? Probably same thing with AI, especially at the beginning stages.
I was talking with another loan officer with our company, and he's like, yeah, give it 10 years and we're out of a job.
Fuck. Maybe. I don't know.
I was like,
I don't know.
like that's fucking, that's scary.
I don't think AI is going to be able to teach jujitsu. So I guess that's
Yeah.
my fallback. I'll just
Or baseball.
Or
Yeah.
trades, man. I mean,
yeah,
like,
dude, that's where I think
Unless
that's
they're
the
creating
future.
you want a
robots.
safe job, go be a plumber.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
Go-
yeah.
Yeah. There's no fucking AI that's going in your toilet.
You want to go? Yeah, you want to go make six figures real quick.
Yeah.
like I think that you go into a good trade. I think that's the fastest way to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You go, work for a company for 4 or 5 years. Really kind of get that journeyman kind of where you really know just about everything. Not everything, but you feel capable in just about everything, and then you go start your own thing. That's
I
that's
think
what I would do if I had to. Maybe if I couldn't be a real estate agent and I kind of had to like start all over. That's probably what I would do.
Yeah, and I think honestly too, I think hopefully it can get to that point where it helps because of like what you're learning, like use it for learning and things like that. That it can help bring down some of these costs of colleges because if you're essentially skipping college and you can literally learn everything online as it is, but then you can add AI to the fact. Hopefully, that's something that might help bring down the cost of some of these universities because that shit's getting out fucking outrageous.
Yeah,
outrageous. I don't think there's been a single industry that has exploded or gone up in value or cost like college tuition.
Dude, oh, I know. It's and we've talked about it many times, that like just like when our kids are, college age, like I just don't know if that's
Right.
going to be the route.
I'm totally fine
know?
with them not going to
Oh,
college.
me too.
Same.
100%. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got a college degree. I've yet to use it for anything.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I mean, what my college degree has gotten me at this point is a handful of real estate sales
Yeah.
and a lot of friendships.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I definitely built a business on the people I met in college, but like it's very possible to be where I'm at right now without having gone to college.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like I've talked to kids. Like honestly, if it wasn't for baseball, I don't know what I would have done in terms of schooling. But like when I talk to kids now, I'm like that are wanting to go to college, and especially with baseball, I'm just like use this time to network your ass off.
Definitely.
That is gonna that is the best thing that could possibly come from you going to college. It's because I mean, perfect example is one of my best friends from college. I mean, he ended up he was down there for 7 years and never graduated. Yeah.
That's my kind of guy. Right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, he's great.
bet he had a
Yeah.
good time.
But,
Yeah.
well, so he eventually, family belonged to a country club. So he would go out and he was playing golf one day. He was like, his parents were finally like, get the fuck home.
Mhm.
Like, I'm, tired of you not being down there for that long and not fucking graduating. So he came home and he was playing golf and he met a regional manager with Regions Bank. And next thing you know, he's the manager of a Regions. And
Sure.
then he's back up at the country
Your
club.
network is your net
Yeah,
worth.
still
Very
no
good, yeah.
degree. Then he went back to the country club and met a financial advisor and went to work for him and was helping that guy with his business. And the guy was like, listen, I want you to take over, but I want you to graduate college. So this guy paid for him to go finish school and get his master's. So he did it eventually years and years later, but he got it. And then all of a sudden he quit working for that guy. And now he's with Express Scripts and but yeah, I mean, talk about it's not what you know, but who you know and those connections. Yeah, your network is your net worth. And I think that's the thing. You never know who your college friends are going to be or what they're going to turn out to. But most of the guys that I knew from college are very, very successful. And, but that was back in a time, I mean, people like when I came out of college, like a college degree just wasn't going to cut it. You had to have your master's. That's where it was because I was there from fall of 06 and to the spring and graduated in spring of 10 and just right after the Great Recession and starting to come out, but there was no jobs. There was nothing. And so the only option for people was like, all right, well, I don't have a job. I can't get a job. I'm going to go back to school and get my master's. And next thing you know, masters were huge. And so, but I mean, for now, now where we're at, I think people are starting to kind of turn away from college.
Yeah, that system's got to change.
Yeah. I think
It's just so expensive too, man.
Right.
Like just the debt that people come out in, especially if you're going to do something like be a lawyer, a doctor. I mean, that's an industry that's going to change for sure with AI. I mean, it already has with like lawyers and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
like that's I don't know.
Oh, doctors too.
Doctors too, yeah.
AI being able to diagnose you pretty quick with just typing your symptoms in. I mean, somebody's got to facilitate that afterwards, but
Right.
like it's.
it's like you hear the things where they took a CT scan or an MRI or something and they fed it through some AI to look at, and like to the doctor or anyone else, there was nothing there, but they were able to pick up like a microscopic thing that ended up like, I guess the one that you hear about is this one with breast cancer. At least that was the story that I read, that it was like that no one could see it, but AI picked up on it and they were able to go in and take care of it, and she was fine.
And I think in an ideal world, like that's where I'd want it to stop. Like use that as a tool and not have AI be
Well, now,
the
but you
like
got
end all be all kind of thing for that system.
yeah. Well, I mean, you got like robots right now in the AR in the emergency room where these doctors like aren't even in the room; they're managing it almost like
That's literally what my neighbor does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're controlling it from another room and they're watching it on a screen, and now you've got this
Yeah, well, I mean,
robot doing the surgery.
eliminating human error.
Yeah.
That's all that's doing.
Right.
It's phasing us out, man.
It's the iRobot before too
Yeah,
long.
soon it's gonna be the Matrix. We're all just gonna be plugged in.
Yeah.
Just put us in a VR thing, and we can just go into the perfect world and sit around, just get fat.
Yeah.
Or are we already?
Could be.
Could be.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Elon thinks we're in a simulation already. So
I forget what I was reading, but it was like about the way your brain shapes the world around you. Like if you want to look at it in a specific way, yes, your brain is creating a simulation of the world that you're living in.
It's creating your reality. I mean,
Yeah.
I totally believe that.
Yeah.
Like what you think
Dude.
and how you operate yourself on a day-to-day basis is going to, I don't even know how it does it, but your whole mental creates your reality.
Dude,
for sure.
The law of attraction is real.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
I have experienced it numerous times. And
Same.
honestly, recently, like I had, a couple months kind of toward the middle of this year, a few months ago that I was, last year and the beginning of this year, I just had a ton of leads coming to me. I had people just calling me left and right. And I had, just all this business from me not doing any sort of prospecting and not a lot of follow-ups. I just had all these people coming to me and it was fantastic. And I got very used to that. And then, a couple months went by where I was like, man, business a little bit slower. Like what's going on here? And then, I realized that I'm just kind of sitting around waiting for shit to happen. And I was like, well, this is not what got me to the fucking dance. Like, so now I'm jumping back to my roots, open houses, cold calls, like all the stuff that,
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is, like Pat was sitting here the other day and, I sat here and probably made like 15, 20 phone cold calls, nothing, a lot of no answers, a lot of hangups, a lot of people like, not giving me the time of day. But then I get a random phone call from someone who like wants to sell that was referred to me by somebody. I was like, dude, there is something about like, I was with my real estate coach, I call it call karma. Like there's something, even if I'm just making the calls and doing what I'm supposed to do, like good shit tends to happen. So it's like, and it's because I'm like putting that out into the universe that I want these things to happen. And then they do.
I was in a very, very similar situation as you. Like everything was going great. Couldn't believe it. Right. I literally just sat there, I would sit there and things would happen to me. And then all of a sudden it didn't. And I'm sitting there, what the fuck? Like what happened? It took until like Josh Wiesler, to realize why that happened. And now I'm back on the path.
Yeah, dude. And it like really just solidified that like that law of it. I mean, cause it's happened to me numerous times. Cause I was like just doing all the shit that I used to do, like all the, like a little meditation with some visualization every morning, reading, doing daily reading, like doing all these like little tiny things, like reading, trying to listen to an audiobook every week, like all these little things that I used to do when I was getting started. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go back and I'm going to do the shit that I was doing originally. And sure enough, like business has picked up significantly over the last 2 months. So it's like, things are going in the right direction. So,
we're electrical beings, man. We're electrical beings. The Earth's an electrical being. And we all vibrate at a frequency that, I think once you elevate yourself and can consistently be at a higher vibration, like that's when good things start to happen.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's power of positive thinking and just all of this stuff. I mean, especially like for people coming out of college, it's huge, and for the longest time, like that's all stuff that I just thought was like, oh, that's just
woo-woo stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
But until you experience it, until you start, like the best one that I have was like, I was just like, there was this real estate agent that I had worked with a couple times on a couple transactions, went really well. She was out in Wentzville and Lake St. Louis. That's where she does most of her business. And I was just like, man, I really enjoyed working with her. Man, I wish, I need to bump into her. I need to reach out to her. I need to talk to her. I want to reconnect with her and all that. And I'm like, I'm just thinking about this. And I'm on my way out to St. Charles to meet with another agent. And as I walk in there, I literally run into this agent that's sitting there having lunch with her team.
So cool.
And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, hey, what's going on? Long time no see. How you been? We're chit-chatting real quick. And she was like, hey, it's been forever. Let's go grab lunch. And I was like, that doesn't happen often.
She's asking you to lunch.
So I was like, fuck yeah. Like, hey, I got to get to this meeting, but let's connect later and go from there. And I was like, yeah. And we still do a few deals a year together. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So you kind of mentioned one thing about, like kids coming out of college, and I know you guys are big in social media. And while we're on the topic of like this vibration and frequency and stuff like that, do you think that social media has lowered people's vibrations and like made it harder for them to like look past the screen?
Yes and no. It depends. It depends on what you're consuming. What your algorithm's putting into you.
True.
Yeah, I mean, if your algorithm is just like butt cheeks and like it's
I
like
feel
it's
like
probably not going to be
right. Every time I get on mine, it's so like I like music, so it's like some sort of like indie artist that I would be interested in, or like positive affirmations, or jujitsu, or something real estate, and it's all like shoot. There was one like and I don't know if the Chat GPT. It's funny that this happened, but like Chat GPT, like, hey, let's get creative. Some like a real estate agent that I haven't talked to in a while. Let's create 10 funny, witty texts to open up dialogue again. And I put that in ChatGPT and searched it. And then the next thing you know, Instagram's sending me all these like, oh, if you're trying to reconnect with a loved one or a long lost love that you're trying to reconnect with, here are 10 texts to send. Yeah. And I'm like, wait. And I'm like reading through these. I'm like, how can I use these in sales?
Yeah.
And so, but no, I mean, so for me, like, I feel like what I'm seeing, and I'm a lot of fitness stuff. I follow a lot of like fitness influencers and a lot of people now with jujitsu and CrossFit and stuff like that. Like a lot of that stuff pops up all the time. So I think whatever you're consuming on there could be good or bad. But if you're just sitting there watching stupid fucking TikTok videos on the newest dance trend, that's different.
I think that's a great correlation. Like your For You page and stuff like that is equivalent to your brain and how it thinks, right? So if you're consuming this, if your For You page is just full of nonsense and like garbage, like that's probably what you're putting out in the world. Same thing with your brain. If all you're thinking are bad thoughts and trash, like that's probably what you're putting out in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can always tell when I'm like trying to, or like come up with ideas for Zach to do funny videos. Cause the next thing you know, my algorithm I'm like, all right, I got to take a step back from.
Yeah. All of a sudden I'll get like 8 of him. Yeah. He'll send me like 5 or 6 in a row. And I'm like, well, thanks. That's great. But I mean, like I use social media yes, I have a lot of fun making the stupid videos, but it really is like, I use it. It's just another way to stay top of mind with like all my friends and clients and all the people that that follow me. It's like, I'm just trying to remind you that I'm in real estate, it's just so that way, if the conversation comes up and, somebody says they need an agent, like I want my name to be the first one that pops in your head.
For sure.
I will say the one thing though, that I think will hurt with that is AI if you lean on it too much, because there's times where I catch myself like going to AI to like they said, create text. Like I think that's going to take probably numb that part of someone's brain, the creative aspect of someone's brain, just because now they can
100%.
literally just go talk to AI and be like, do the thinking for me.
Right.
Like, hey, send this email for me. Send me like this and that. Like I think that's where it's going to come into play. So like for example, like with rates, like I'll never put in a ChatGPT, hey, what does this mean about rates, or what could this do for rates? Like I want to make sure that I'm staying sharp on that myself. So I'm doing the thinking myself on that, so I can articulate in a way, like a post that I just posted on my story. Like, hey, here are it's not so much about the Fed rate cut, but and diving into that. But those are my own thoughts. That's not a ChatGPT posting out, because I also think you can start people will start picking up on that.
You can see like when it looks like AI, even though it's very good,
right? But
you can just tell, right? I think
like you didn't fucking write that.
Yeah, because you're a fucking idiot, and I know you don't even know how to spell these words, let alone come up with them on your own. Right. But I think that's just the thing. It's use AI as a tool, not a takeover.
Yeah, don't make it your brain. Just use it as a tool.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned talking with Josh, and is he coaching you now?
He is.
How has that changed things for you?
Dude, that guy is something else. Yeah. There's nothing flashy about it. It's just get the fuck out of your own way. Right. Like you almost just have to do it. You just have to just talk to him to realize what it is that he does for you, because it doesn't sound like a lot. Us talking about it isn't doing it justice. Yeah. Just call him, have that conversation, and he will get you out of your own way. I was a person who thought, I don't need any motivation outside from anybody, right? I can do this myself. a coach. Like that's,
Mhm.
I don't need it. I'm highly motivated and I can operate at a high level. I don't care who you are or how good you think you are in your own way in so many ways.
Mhm.
And he helps you realize what's holding you back from really getting to the next level. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Shameless plug.
right.
To,
Well, and that's
to
a,
Josh Wiesler.
Josh is awesome.
he's great. But no, I mean, I've been coached now since before my kids were born. So 9 years now since I started getting coached. And that's the thing is like, the way the guy that's my coach now, we've had him on, he's awesome. He told me, he was like, Pat, you're an athlete, right? He's like, can you tell me a time you haven't been coached? And I was like, well, yeah, no, I'm like right now, I'm not being coached, but like growing up, I had a coach for everything, baseball, a pitching coach, hitting coach, all of these things. And it's like, he's like, it's no difference. Why wouldn't you want that for business or personal in terms of like a health coach or a nutritionist and all that? And I was like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Cause outside of sports though, a coach seems like somebody that you need help, right? I don't know why. It's just like the
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's wrong with
nothing
that?
wrong with
Get the
that,
fuck
yeah.
out of your own way.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Right.
what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I mean,
But
I've had a
for-
real estate coach my whole
Yeah.
career.
I don't know. And maybe it was just me,
I mean,
but
yeah,
I think people are really hesitant to do it because they don't think that they have
right.
that problem, but you fucking do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've got a business coach. I've got a therapist who is essentially basically a life coach. I've got nutritionist, and then coaches at the gym at CrossFit, coaches in jiu-jitsu. I mean, my whole life is coached.
Yeah.
You know, and it's almost like having an accountability partner, like having those people there. And just, I mean, it's nice to have your mentors and things like that, but your mentors are only going to take you so far. They're taking a third party look into everything, and
Sure.
it's great. No,
And now you just built a team,
Yeah.
right? I mean, and that's if there's any compliment I can give myself, it's that is I can build a team around me because I don't know shit. I know people know their industries way more than I ever want to know them. So like I've got everybody that I need around me,
Right.
so I can just focus on my own thing, like what I'm good at.
well, see, and that's the thing too. Like when I send referrals out, like that's how I phrase them. Like if someone calls, like, "Oh, I need an insurance agent." "Oh, hey, let me get you some money on my team. I got a guy, got an insurance agent that's part of my team. It's fucking great. Call him." Or someone very rarely, "Hey, do you have a real estate?" "Yeah, I've got a guy on my team that I can connect you with. He's awesome. Let me connect you with him."
I appreciate that referral.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
Get out of here.
But no, like that's how I phrase it. So it's like, hey, I like when you tell somebody that, like when you're, hey, I got this guy that's part of my team that can help with that.
Mhm.
It's making it sound it's just I've personally vetted this guy. Like I know who this person is. Like I know that this person is going to be great because he's a part of my team. Like I'm building I want to have the best team, and that's what I'm surrounding myself with, are the best people that are people that I've vetted, trust, and all that. So it just makes that, or like, it's not so much like when they hear that, they're more likely to use who I refer them to. And it could be for anything. I mean, photographer, fucking videographer, wedding planner, hair and makeup. Like I got like shit yesterday. A friend of mine lives in Nashville, and saw a post that she said like her hair and makeup person canceled on her last minute without any explanation 10 days before her wedding.
Mm.
And the first person I reached out to is a past client of mine who owns her own company, hair and makeup. And she's like, "Oh, let me see what I can find." Like, it's just being able to be that person and have that support. Like, it's huge. So
It's awesome, man. But Nick, one thing we haven't gotten to yet, you're a dad, 2 kids,
Yeah,
right?
2 kids.
Yeah,
Yep.
how did having children change your life?
Oh man. Slowed me down in a good way. I say that genuinely, like it slowed me down. It took me from a pretty fast paced life to like really just now appreciating like what I have in front of me. And that was my kids. But also it motivated me too. I think I want to provide for them and leave something for them in the form of business, but they also just provide me joy. Like we all have shitty days, no matter how high of a frequency we think we're vibrating at, like we have fucking shitty days and that's okay. But like, I will never have a bad enough day to where when I go home and they say, Daddy,
Daddy's
that's,
home.
yeah.
That's the best.
Whatever just fucking happened
Yeah.
is gone. It's completely eliminated.
Dude, it's the best thing in
Erased.
the world. Like getting home, like happened to me 2 nights ago. I pull up. I just got back from showing a couple houses. We live in a cul-de-sac. All the kids are outside playing. It's like just kid central in front of my house every night between like 5 and 8 p.m. And just my youngest just, sees me pull up and just he's 1.5. So he just his fast little run, like all the way over to my truck. It just warms my heart every time. I can't even talk yet, but like he knows my black truck and I pull up and he runs over to me as fast as his little legs can move.
And it's just going to get even better when he starts yelling daddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. 100%. Like, when Calvin will do that rarely, but yeah.
I will say,
he's a mama's boy for sure.
Yeah.
I will say that's probably one of the small things that I'm thankful for with the divorce, because I don't have my boys every single day, but when I do get them back,
That's good time. That's quality.
There's that, but like I get that come running, happy to like, dad, hey, big hugs. Like they run and jump on me like every 2 days. I get that. It's awesome.
That's the best.
I mean, it sucks that I can only get to see him every 2 days, but it is what it is. But like you said, I mean, slowing down, I put a lot of things, and I've talked about this before, but I put a lot of things in front of them and when it came to work and things like that. And since the divorce, it's like, nope, these little guys are the most important thing. Yeah. So, but, we talk about this on the show about being a time capsule for us, for our kids to be able to look back on us and see this aspect of it. You got your kids, say they watch this in 10, 15 years. What's a message you would want to leave with them?
Oh man. My kids watching 10, 15 years. What do I want to?
Yeah. What message? Like they watch this episode 10 or 15 years from now.
Yeah. Cause that's something we think about all the time. It's like, man, if anything ever happened to Pat or I, like it'd be cool that, hey, at least they got this. They got a couple hundred episodes of, a couple hours of us they could sit there and watch. Like that's something I always look back on and like that's a reason we do this.
Man, I hope that they just realize that everything I do is for them. Everything that I'm trying to build, everything that I'm trying to take down are obstacles in their way that I want to remove for them to give them the best life. And hopefully they can see that it was all worth it.
It's awesome.
That's perfect, man.
Yeah. One thing that my business coach challenged me to do, because like, I don't know how either of you felt when your second was born, but like I had so much love for Connor that I'm like, how the hell am I going to love another child? I was like, I don't know if I have that much love to give, but obviously it just naturally happens with my business coach. He's like, hey, when you're sitting in the hospital while Melissa's in labor, I want you to write a letter to Oliver. I didn't do it for Connor, but write a letter to Oliver about all the things that you're scared of, all the things that you hope for him, all the things like that. And so I did. It's always funny to go back and read it, but I've been doing that every year on their birthday, is writing each one of them a letter. So like when they turn 18, I'm going to give them each a book of letters that I've written to them on their birthdays.
Yeah. My wife did something. She created emails for the kids and they don't know it, but like all the big things that happen to them, like she records in these emails. And then, so when they turn 18, she'll give them the login information for their emails.
That's cool.
And like, yeah,
that's
cool. Really cool.
Oh, yeah. She's awesome, dude. My wife's the fucking best. It's the only reason I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a cool idea. I love that.
Yeah. That just goes to, how long have you guys been married?
2018, however long that.
7 years now.
7 yeah, about 7 years. But we've been together. We're high school sweethearts.
Oh, we are too.
I met her 6th grade.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Math
So you're
class,
elementary school sweethearts.
Yeah. I know the day, time, outfit she was wearing.
That's awesome.
Like that was, even in 6th grade, I knew like, okay, that's something. I didn't know it was love or what it was, but it was like, yeah, it turned into that for sure.
That's
How
so cool.
has that evolved over the years?
I don't know. It's because it really hasn't. Like we've been the same people for so long that I guess it has. You know, kids do that to
Right.
you, but we've just had a relationship where like it just works.
Mhm.
You know, I definitely get on her nerves and she has a right to, you know, the thing sometimes I don't make the best decisions, you know, but like our relationship's been the same since we were 12 years old. You know, I think that's probably why it's so special. It's because there's nothing that we don't know about each other. Like I haven't had to reinvent myself for her. Like I've been the same person since I was a kid, and it's nice to have somebody like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can agree with that, man. I can relate to that a lot. Me and Gina, we've been together since senior year of high school. I mean, we met each other. I think when we were sophomores, and kind of like dated on and off, and then senior year of high school is when we've been together ever since. And yeah, I mean, it's just someone you can really be yourself with. Like she's seen me at my highs, she's seen me at my lows. She's been there for pretty much every big event in my life. Like she's been right there by my side, and I just don't know what I'd do without her.
Well, being the lone divorce guy here. I don't
Sorry,
think
Pat.
no, you're fine. No, it's fine.
Talking about our habits.
No, no.
You'll find somebody someday.
You're a really likable guy,
Yeah.
Pat. Some lady's gonna you're gonna
it's one day,
Yeah.
one day. But no, and I don't think I've ever asked you this. But what would be one piece of advice that you give to somebody when it comes to being married? What would you guys say is the key to having a successful marriage?
I don't know. I mean, I like it's all pretty cliche stuff, I think,
Yeah.
but just listen to it. I mean, like be a good partner, right? You're 50-50 in everything. And the minute you go 51-49, like that's when it just doesn't start to work. You've got to be on the same page and work as a team and just be together, be a partner with somebody. That's like partner is a good word. That's what you are for the rest of your life. That's your partner.
Yeah, it's your partner. But like you said, I mean, I think there are some days where I'm definitely not 100%. There are certain days in our relationship where it's not 50-50, where I'm gone and she's taking care of the kids all day, and I'm, and she's got to pick up my slack. And then there's days like other days where she's gone all night. She's got parent teacher conferences, or she's got this, and like she's going on a trip with the girls for the weekend, or whatever it is. It's like, okay, now this is it's a give and take. I think that's really a piece of it, but man, it's just listening and keeping a relation, especially once you have kids. Keeping that marriage alive, and keeping never stop dating. That's kind of like a little cliche saying, but I think it's really important. That's something that I think we've been really good about. Is we still make things fun, even if it's like just us hanging out at home doing nothing, kids are asleep, like watching shows, and and just bullshitting with each other, making each other laugh, like just being a friend. That's really, I would say, the most important thing is like, yeah, man, I got to spend the rest of my life with this woman. Like I want her to be like my best friend. And I think I think I've heard several people say this, but it's like the most important decision you make is, who you marry.
Yeah.
And I think that's really true. And, I'm very fortunate to have, found that person when I was very young, and we've just stayed together ever since. I can't really say much other than that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of. I mean, I'm in therapy. I go to therapy every 2 weeks and do a lot of conversations with my therapist, and he's got a list, and it's funny. This is the list that Melissa and I looked at to realize, like, yeah, we're definitely getting divorced. It's a list of like fundamental, like things that make the fundamentals that make a happy, healthy relationship, and a lot like trust, communication, healthy dependency, all sorts of different things like that, communication and trust. But it's funny, we sat down and we looked at this sheet, and he handed it to me. He's like, how many of these would you say? There's like 16 things on there. And I looked at it, I laughed, I handed it to Melissa, she laughed, and he's like, well, how many did you count? I'm like, I got a goose egg. And Melissa's like, yep, same.
What's it say? What are the 16 things?
Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see here. I got it in my favorites.
I don't know if I want to take that test.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck. Might have to edit this part out.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes.
Short commercial break.
Actually, I think I might have texted it to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's see.
So when you did these 16 things and you both got goose eggs, that was
That was the
nail in
indicator.
coffin.
did that make it pretty amicable though? That it was
we knew it was over for a while. Yeah, we had been talking about separating for a while, and then, it just got to that point where we're like, here we are, and this is where we're at. And, it was a very easy decision. And we had that conversation, and then she wound up meeting somebody that filled her cup, that gave her everything that she wanted, and that just kind of solidified everything for us right then and there. But yeah, I mean, we didn't have any attorneys. And that's why I think why we were both able to own up where we fucked up with each other, and that we weren't ever really in love with each other. I mean, obviously we have love for each other because she's the mother of my kids, I'm the father of them. And so, we have those that respect for each other and that kind of love, but we were never in love with each other, and we both admitted that. And it basically, when you're not in love with somebody, the last thing you want to do is, I'm not trying to fill her cup. Like, she's not trying to fill mine, and we just didn't really put that effort in. And that's something that I'm aware of. I know where I failed. I knew where I fucked up. I knew that I wasn't doing the things as a good husband would, to make her feel loved and wanted. And that's I know moving forward and in the relationships, also communication. I was always working, and never really gave the quality time. I was always on my phone, email, texting, calling people. And so, like, when I was there, I wasn't ever really present. So she would say something and go one ear out the other. And so, biggest thing I've learned is effective communication is being a good listener, listening to understand, not listening to respond. And I feel like, and I think being vulnerable, I think you can ask any of the women that I've dated since, they would be able to say that, hey, yeah, no, like, listened, and he was able to be vulnerable, but it just, one thing or another, just didn't happen to work out with him. I can't say anything bad about any of the women that I've dated since then. It's just, they just didn't work out. And it just haven't found that person yet. So, it's dating, learning. I, met somebody, and we'll see what happens. I think she's pretty great. So see what happens there.
Good.
Yeah. So
Get to meet her soon.
Oh, I've met her.
Yeah.
If you would have came to the matches this weekend, you would have met her.
My son's birthday party.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
just
that's
kidding.
Saturday. Congratulations, by the
Thanks.
way. I
Thank
saw
you.
the result of that.
Thank you. That was fun.
Well done,
It
sir.
was a good match, and yeah, it was fun. I got another one in 10 days. That one's at Four Hands down in downtown. That'll be fun. But yeah, Nick, this was awesome having you,
Yeah, man.
bro.
Yeah, fantastic, man. Yeah,
appreciate it.
happy to be here again, like I said.
Is there anything that we didn't get to that you wanted to chat about?
Nothing we can't get to later.
Not like we don't see you every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, before we get you out of here, we always end the show the same way. So
play a little game called the Tombstone Game. Here lies Nick. What's it say in your tombstone?
Here, do what?
Here lies Nick. What's it say on your tombstone?
On my tombstone?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I get to write my tombstone?
Yeah.
you're writing it, baby. All you.
Let's see. I mean,
The
say-
dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the
just
dude,
a
yeah,
good dude.
Just a good dude. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, If I'm writing it though, I want to fuck with some people. I'd probably say like, here lies Nick Metz. Oh, where'd he go? Or he was here.
He was here.
yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah, for sure. Just a good dude lies here.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, thanks to everybody at home that watched or listened to this episode. If you could, please click that subscribe button for us. Pat and I are trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube before the end of 2025. We've definitely seen some progress lately, but we're still not at that 500. So click that button, share this episode with a friend, comment what you thought below, and we will see you next time.